Hassam, if City win at Anfield, you out of the title? Are you out of the title race?
City win at Anfield. How long is that game? We play them at the Etihad first, by the way. Let me check when that game is to begin with. So,
what's the game that's now been arranged for 12:30 after the international break? Next international break. Is that one?
Bro, the game that you're asking about is on March 9th. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? How am I supposed to answer you a game 6 months before? Bloody hell, March 9th you want me to answer from now. The 12:30 kickoff, apparently the game that Liverpool are playing against City at the Etihad has been rescheduled for a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Now, I'm not for conspiracy theories, and some people might come tell me, oh my God, Liverpool fans are playing the victim again, and blah, 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 victim complex. The reality is, this is gonna be the third international break in a row in which we have a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Now, what I don't understand is, whoever the fuck is doing the Premier League scheduling, honestly, this season, like, we have had so many crap fixtures on one day and so many good fixtures on the next day. I don't know who the hell is responsible for Premier League scheduling, but he needs to get his shit together. Jurgen Klopp is rightfully going, if this decision is final, I think it's some TNT sports shit. If this decision is final, then I expect Jurgen Klopp to moan and speak on it, and he has every single right to do so. Because after this international break, 12:30 kickoff, Everton. Last international break, 12:30 kickoff, we played as well. And it's going to happen again against Manchester City. Liverpool versus Manchester City is a game that everyone around the world wants to watch. It's a game that cannot be scheduled at 12:30 on a Saturday. And the reality is, Liverpool Football Club got 3 South American players, which means that they will be in Bolivia or Argentina or Peru or Colombia 24 hours, 48 hours before that game. So that is like a genuine thing where you have to sit up here and go like, it's just you have to question the fairness of the Premier League at this point. Like,
yeah, you look at all the other fixtures that weekend. You've got like Fulham versus Wolves. That could easily be a 12:30 game. Like you can, there's loads of things you could do. You've obviously got like Chelsea play Newcastle at Champions League football, but you could look at teams that are maybe not in Europe. Spurs play Aston Villa. So Aston Villa are, but it's not as big a game. So there are different things that you can do, but yeah, you guys hate those 12:30 kickoffs. But
I'm trying to find you the statistic, because there was a statistic on Twitter for how many 12:30 kickoffs Liverpool have had, and it's actually disgusting. It's something like 12:30 kickoffs ever since this whole kickoff 30 thing has happened. This 12:30 kickoff thing has happened after the international break. I think we've had 12 of them, which is double the guy in second position, the club in second position. Look, man, like, I understand you want an Arsenal Manchester City title race, but don't try to force me out of it. Like, it's just, I don't like shit like this. I just don't like shit like this. It just gets on my nerves. We have to keep it as fair as possible. And by the way, as you said, I'm not even asking for it to be moved to another day. At least make it a 5:30 kickoff. Like, bloody hell. Like, make it the 5:30 on a Saturday. Make it at 10 p.m. on a Saturday, something like that. I understand, that City play on Tuesday, but, like, it's just messing up the whole Premier League. That's a game everyone looks forward to, that they've just fucked up like that. Like, Darwin Nunez, Luis Diaz, Alexis McAllister, these are players that are going to be back. And Everton, by the way, Merseyside derby this Saturday. Next Saturday, sorry. Merseyside derby. What Merseyside derby, 12:30 kickoff, Saturday as well. You see why we're not making this shit up? This is real. Like, this is actually, like, if I say it's an agenda against Liverpool, I'm not even capping at this point. It's fucking insane, Terry, man. We can't sit up here and do this, man, every time.
Do you know what's crazy about it? That Saturday is mad, right? The Saturday, you've got the 12:30 game, Liverpool U. City play on at 3, Newcastle at 3. And then you've got Chelsea, Arsenal at 5:30, Man United, Sheffield United at 8. But then on the Sunday, there's just one game. So what stops them from having no 12:30 game at all? And you just then have the other games remain the same, and then you have Liverpool versus Aston Villa on the Sunday. I cannot fathom what stops them from doing that, barring TV and money. It's crazy.
No, but as in Sunday, isn't it usually what we've been used to is the 4:30 kickoff on a Sunday is usually the biggest game, right? That's usually what they do.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, typically that's what they do, and it's not even happening. It's just
but
the same thing.
yeah. So the game on the Sunday is going to be Aston Villa versus West Ham, which is not a bad game, but it's not Super Sunday.
Now.
That weekend you've got that weekend you've got the Merseyside derby and you've got Chelsea Arsenal. Neither's on the Sunday. Everything's on the Saturday, and I like it spread out. I like it spread over the weekend personally. That's how I like it.
And if Chelsea Arsenal is Saturday because it's a big game and blah blah blah, and Arsenal play in the Champions League, no problem. I play in Europa League. Why am I not the Sunday game? we play Thursday. So if we play Thursday, I think Sunday to Thursday is enough rest for anyone on earth.
Mate, it makes perfect sense. This year says Spurs may not even get top 4 in my opinion. No depth is what Matthew says.
W Matthew, thank you. I don't even think Spurs' top 4 position is guaranteed. And by the way, talks about James Maddison being the best player in the league make me sick. People need to be.
I saw a list that 90 Min Football put out where they put out of current players in the world, the top 20 players in the world, they had James Maddison in at number 11.
Listen, there are standout players on earth right now. James Maddison is not one of them. I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to be honest. The reason why I was bald is one of the standout players, aka Jude Bellingham. Mo Salah is one of the standout players. Julian Alvarez is one of the standout players. There's a striker in the Bundesliga. He scored 13 goals or something mad in the first 7-8 games. I think his name is Guesi. Kane is one of the standout players on earth right now. He's played fantastic. I would say Saliba is one of the standout players right now as well. There is no standout best player on earth, full stop. You could even say Rodri, but he hasn't played the last 3 games. But like, I don't think this is one of the few times probably in late history where I can't sit up here and go like there is a standout best player on earth and there is no one else to speak to him. Like I don't think it's like that. I think it's a table where 5-6 people sit, and Maddison doesn't sit on that table. He just simply doesn't.
Yeah,
Big up Moussa Tamari though. My Jordanian winger playing in the French league, 2nd most goals, 2nd most GA behind Kylian Mbappe. Let's go.
So let me see if I can find this post. I've got to try and find this post somewhere. Here it is, right? Here it is. The best footballers in the world, 2023-24. So they said number 1, Jude Bellingham. Number 2, Mo Salah. Number 3 threw me, Lautaro Martinez. Number 3.
Oh yeah, Lautaro. I forgot to mention. Lautaro's had a phenomenal start to the season.
Okay, has cool. I haven't been watching that league. So I'll number 4, Haaland. Number 5, Mbappe. Number 6, Rodri. Number 7, Kane. Number 8 is that guy. He's young lad in Germany scoring all the goals at the minute. Is it Terrace, I think it's pronounced. Gracie. Number 9 is Santiago Jimenez. Number 10, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 10, James Maddison. Number 12, Victor Boniface. Number 13, Declan Rice. Number 14, Leroy Sané. Number 15, Lionel Messi. So they currently have Maddison above Messi. Number 16, William Saliba. Number 17, Son Heung-min. Number 18th best player in the world, they say Bruno Guimaraes. Number 19, they have Alisson Becker. And at number 20, they have German Cano.
I think, get ready for the bombshell. Declan Rice has been better than Maddison this season. I think Declan Rice has been one of the best players in the league this season. The problem is, this is the issue with the Rice conversation. I'm telling you the issue. The issue with the Rice conversation is it's not seen in GA. It's not seen statistically. But when you watch Arsenal Football Club, the way they keep the shape and the way he defends and the way he operates in that midfield, you've got to put massive respect on Declan Rice's name. I think Declan Rice right now, bar Manchester City, because you have to put respect on Rodri's name, bar Manchester City, Declan Rice starts for every single club. Maybe on earth, you could say Frankie de Jong for Barca is a conversation. You say Real Madrid's a conversation. Declan Rice, people need to put respect on his name. Here's the thing. People will mention price tag, and that's fair enough. The reality is Maddison was bought for 30 and Declan Rice was bought for 100 million. We understand that. But with Declan Rice, his impact on Arsenal is not something that you can push to the side. Make no mistake, had they not signed Declan Rice and Partey got injured again, yay, shock, Partey's injured, and Partey got injured again and they had to play Jorginho, I don't even think they have like 5-6. They probably have 5-6 points less than what they have right now, and that is the impact for me of Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice has been absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes we let price tags get into the way of our judgment or GA. With Declan Rice, it's never going to show statistically on a GA basis. But if you watch it, if you watch football, if you watch Arsenal games, you understand that he holds the position. He keeps Arsenal ticking from a defensive perspective. And all you have to do is go watch that City game. Just go watch that City game. That Arsenal versus Manchester City game. Declan Rice was the best midfielder on that whole pitch. By far. So for me, I think if I'm saying the best players in the league this season, I'd say Salah, I'd say Rice, I'd say Saliba, I'd say Madison, and
do you know what I find interesting about it though? It's like, listen, I love Cristiano Ronaldo and I love Messi. If we're basing it on form, we know how good they are, and they're scoring lots of goals and doing well in the leagues they're in. But for me, Son being 17th when he's been brilliant in the Premier League is better than what Ronaldo is doing in the Saudi league, because you also have to factor in the league that people are in as an example. And I know that this is based on this season, and you could argue James Maddison should be on that list. Some of the players I've not even heard of, I'm not going to lie to you. But for me, there are people out there that are like, I don't know. I think Maddison's been brilliant, but I think, again, we've still got to see how he performs for a longer period of time at this level. And we had a big debate on the top 6 a few weeks ago.
And how he performs, not against Luton, not against Sheffield, not against Burnley.
Look, he's doing good in the big games so far, but he's only had 3 big games in his whole career outside the FA Cup.
Has he done well? First 34 minutes pre the Curtis Jones red card? Liverpool nullified the fuck
I get that. I get that. He did well against United. I thought he did very well against Arsenal. This super chat here says, a little off topic, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on the offside goal in the second. We spoke about that earlier in the show, Lee. I'm sorry you missed it. It is timestamped when we re-upload, so you can go back and look at it. Timestamped from minute 17 of the show. But it was horrendous. Horrendous officiating. Still no clarity. What a goal by Scott. By the way, we didn't really mention it. What a goal by Scott McTominay. Suddenly, at 26, 27, has found these goal-scoring boots out of nowhere. Well, fair play to him.
Why don't you just play him further up top then for Man United?
We should. He's better up top than he is near our box. Big up, guys. Have you ever thought of doing fantasy draft shows with a panel? Watch this space. We've got something in the pipeline. Well, I've got something in the pipeline. It's not going to be on the football terrace, actually. It's going to be a new thing that I've got in the pipeline. But yeah, watch this space. It's going to be interesting, Smithers. Interesting, Smithers. Oh, he says excellent, Smithers, but I'm saying interesting because I just changed the phrase from The Simpsons. Need to remember how well rugby is officiated. It is because it's transparent. That's why you get less arguments.
And many other sports as well. In the NBA, the referees explain to you exactly why they made said decision. Same in cricket. The umpire has to speak as well. Like, that's the reality.
No, I agree. You see Arsenal's game. You do not see Declan Rice. You see Declan Rice. You understand the whole game. We robbed West Ham in broad daylight. Yeah, listen, the players that are good that do Declan Rice's job, you'll often see them go unnoticed in games. But you can see less opportunities, you can see less goals, you win more games, you become harder to beat. He isn't spectacular and flashy. It's why for me, England's biggest mistake of the last generation of players was not building the team around Michael Carrick. They were better midfielders in terms of goal scoring. They were better midfielders in terms of breaking the lines. But Michael Carrick, at his job, sitting back deep, was better than that than Gerrard. He was better than that than Lampard. He was better than that than anybody. Gareth Barry and all these. Do you know what's his name? Scott Parker got put in that role. Michael Carrick was the guy. And do you know how we know he was better? He did that job for a decade at Man United, won the most trophies, and was influential in Champions Leagues. By the way, 3 Champions League finals he got his team to, winning one of them. Multiple Premier Leagues. I wish Carrick was. I'm about to say I wish he was alive. I wish he was playing in this era, because his skill, his quality would be celebrated more. But Declan Rice is amazing. And Sam said it earlier. I looked at that game as I wouldn't want matches like that every week, but I enjoyed the spectacle of 2 teams that were hard to beat trying to break each other down. For me, it was like a game of chess. It was like watching 2 really good boxers box each other. And a lot of casual boxing fans only like a slugfest. casual UFC fans, MMA fans only like it when someone gets absolutely sparked out. I quite like a very technical game where there might be grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu comes into play for 2/3 of it. If you don't understand the sport well enough, you won't enjoy those moments. And there's a lot of casual fans of all sports. I think that's what the problem was. There's so many casuals out there.